I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the school and the children at work. Mrs Potts has now joined me for the question and answer section of the morning. Firstly, can I thank those of you who've sent us some questions to include today, and we've summarised the main themes in those questions in order to make this part of the open morning as helpful to you as we possibly can. So we're going to start with our admissions procedure, and Mrs Potts is going to be in the hot seat first to take you through the practicalities of applying for a place at Oaklands. So Mrs Potts, how early do I need to register my child?
Please register as early as possible, as demand is high at our three main entry points: lower kindergarten, upper kindergarten and reception.
And what age can my child start?
A child can join lower kindergarten at the start of the term that they turn 3.
If my child is due to start in September in reception, when do you conduct the taster assessment session?
Children are invited to school during the previous November.
And what does this taster assessment session look like?
Children are invited to attend in small groups, and a selection of play-based activities are on offer alongside some focused numeracy and fine motor tasks. The group also listens to a story. We're looking at their characteristics. Are they curious, independent, sociable? Children attending the taster sessions for reception places remain with myself and Miss Aston, our upper kindergarten coordinator, whereas parents remain with their children for the duration during the lower kindergarten and upper kindergarten sessions.
How have you managed to conduct these taster sessions during lockdown though?
Well, these have been done via Zoom. The parents were asked to have a small number of resources available for their child to use and play with as we interacted with them.
How exactly do the sessions in lower kindergarten and upper kindergarten run, and when can I add on some extra sessions?
We ask that your child attends for a minimum of 3 mornings in lower kindergarten and 5 sessions in upper kindergarten, 3 of which must be mornings. There are opportunities every term to increase sessions, although sometimes it is possible to increase mid-term if space becomes available.
I'm a working parent. Do you offer wraparound care?
Yes, we do. We offer a dedicated EYFS breakfast club from 7:30 and a separate one for years 1 to 6. And there's a tea time club for all ages available until 6 p.m.
And what about holiday clubs for children in the early years?
There is an early years club that runs in the main holidays, which is organised by our early years staff and sometimes staff from the early years from other Oak Tree schools, and it's held in our upper kindergarten. Children from upper kindergarten also have the option to attend multi-sports clubs, which runs every holiday. Before we move on to the next set of questions, Mrs Bellidge, do we have any spaces available for pupils in the older age groups for September 2021?
We do have a few available places in these areas of the school, so if anyone is interested, please do get in touch as soon as possible. And it's worth mentioning here that entry into Year 1 and above is determined by an assessment test in Maths and English, which forms part of a whole morning session spent in school.
Our second set of questions are regarding the Year 6 11+ entrance exams. So, how does the school prepare pupils for the 11+ exams?
The whole curriculum is geared towards achieving success at the end of Year 6. Through the development of knowledge and acquisition of skills in primarily Maths and English, together with all the foundation subjects, pupils learn to research, question, debate, solve, create, evaluate and express themselves. We introduce problem solving in Year 1, so by the time they reach Year 5, they are secure in the different strategies they need to apply to reasoning and mathematical questions. We then adapt the timetable in Year 5 so that more time is made available to 11+ preparation, Maths and English. We introduce interviewing lessons to equip the pupils with the necessary skills to tackle the different types of interviews that they would experience as part of the 11+ process. Teachers spend time studying past 11+ papers with the pupils, and we hold 11+ mock exams so that the pupils experience the exam situation before the actual exam dates.
Were the 11+ exams affected this year by COVID?
Well, instead of our Year 6 pupils travelling to the different schools on the examination dates spread throughout January, nearly all the exams were done online. More schools than normal changed their format to multiple choice questions for part of the exams, and most schools made both their Maths and English exams shorter. Mostly, all interviews were conducted virtually, but that depended on which month they occurred and whether we were in lockdown or not.
And how did our Year 6 pupils cope with all these changes?
Well, our Year 6 pupils rose to the challenge and showed great resilience. Our pupils are used to working with technology. Computers and iPads are used regularly in lesson time and for homework tasks. In addition, our annual INCAS tests every summer and half-termly SPAG tests are done online. A weekly interviewing skills session is scheduled part of the Year 5-6 preparation. So we practice interviews via Zoom, so by the time the pupils attended their interviews, they felt completely at ease and performed confidently. Academically, we predicted the new format of the exams following the first lockdown, so ample time was dedicated to addressing these changes to the exam papers. We now have some questions about our curriculum throughout the school. So, Mrs. Potts, let's start with, what does a typical day look like in an early years class?
So the children arrive to a selection of activities, often linked to the topic, that encourage fine motor development and social skills. During the course of the morning, children may participate in specialist lessons such as PE or music. Number and literacy activities also take place. Topic and creative activities usually take place in the afternoons. All EYFS children experience weekly wildwood sessions in our own dedicated woodland area. Fresh fruit morning snack and a child-friendly lunch are provided.
How early do you start teaching phonics and writing?
Officially in upper kindergarten, but early skills begin in lower kindergarten with listening activities, rhyming games and fine motor skills activities such as dough disco, squirty bottles, threading, pegs. In upper kindergarten, fine motor assessments are carried out to establish a child's individual needs. Pre-writing patterns, pencil grip, letters and sounds programme and read-write ink are then introduced. So, Mrs. Bellish, moving on to extracurricular clubs. What do we offer?
Well, we offer a wide range of extracurricular activities, starting reception with Busy Bees and Wildwoods. The number of clubs available to the children increases as they move into Year 1 and then again when they enter Year 3. We aim to cater for the interests of all the children, so we offer sports activities such as football, karate, netball, cricket, rounders, gymnastics and cross-country. Languages such as French and Spanish, expressive arts clubs such as speech and drama, creative writing, dance, art and cookery. And all the clubs are incredibly popular, so parents are asked to book in advance.
And how much PE do the children participate in on a weekly basis?
This differs from year to year. We have a specialist PE teacher who sees all the children during the week for PE. Currently, all the early years have 3 physical sessions each week of approximately 20 to 30 minutes each. But as the children move up the school, the PE lessons become longer to include more advanced skills and game situations. We introduce swimming at Loughton Pool in Year 3 and offer Year 4 to Year 6 opportunities to attend outdoor pursuits residential trips. Many pupils attend the extracurricular sports clubs and represent the school in local and national sports competitions.
How do you celebrate and reward the effort and progress of pupils as they move through the school?
We have a reward system that includes everyone. From Year 1 to Year 6, we have a house system that rewards collective teamwork. Individual pupils can also receive house points for work they have completed or for upholding our aims and school values through their positive actions. Good behaviour and friendship certificates are awarded fortnightly to 2 pupils in each Year 1 to Year 6 class in assembly. Merit certificates are also awarded fortnightly to 2 pupils in each reception to Year 6 class. We hold a WOW assembly for each key stage once every half term to celebrate the talent, achievement, effort or perseverance a child has made with a piece of work. Class teachers award a number of different badges celebrating progress in handwriting, maths, creative writing and spellings each week. Our small class sizes mean that each child regularly receives an award as a boost to their learning and self-esteem. During lockdown, we have continued awarding merit certificates and head teacher certificates to celebrate success and effort, albeit online. They are announced in virtual weekly assemblies by myself, and certificates are emailed to parents to present to their children on my behalf.
Few of you have asked whether we have any bullying in the school and how this is dealt with. We have an anti-bullying policy that seeks to support all the individuals that may be involved in a bullying incident. The children and their parents know we are a listening school and will deal immediately with any issue that arises and take the appropriate action in line with our policy. We resolve the differences with sensitivity whilst educating and helping both parties.
During the morning we have received a number of questions on the next area, which is about how many pupils we have in each class. So I'm going to slot this one in here as we've been talking about the curriculum. There isn't a straightforward answer to this, unfortunately, as there's a global pupil number for the whole school, and the division of pupils between the year groups is decided by demand and then the layout of the buildings and the classroom on the school site. There's no set number for each class either, as some year groups have one class in them, some two, and reception, for example, has three. But in comparison to state schools, our classes are much smaller. Each reception class this year has 14 children in, with a fully qualified teacher and a full-time teaching assistant. This means there's a ratio of 1 to 7. In year 3, there are 16 pupils this year, again with a fully qualified teacher and a full-time teaching assistant, giving a ratio of 1 to 8. So Mrs Potts, what do you think the pupils gain for being in these smaller classes?
Well, fundamentally, they get to know each other really well and develop lasting relationships that are supportive and also caring. Small classes also mean a productive relationship between teachers and pupils. The pupils receive a great deal of individual attention, challenge and support in their learning. Marking and feedback is personalised and meaningful to each child. The teacher has in-depth knowledge of each child's strengths and weaknesses and can set realistic targets to promote their progress.
The next question is again one that we've had a couple in this morning, and actually some of you sent some in prior to the morning. So it's all about promoting diversity and awareness and respect of different cultures. Obviously this is a really, really big topic, but I'm going to try and condense my answer to you. Firstly, the school is a diverse and inclusive community with pupils from a wide range of cultures and backgrounds. All pupils and parents are accepted equally and play an active part in the school community, regardless of their colour, religion or gender. There is a sense of community and harmony in the school, and pupils of different faiths and beliefs get on well together, and they show an appreciation for and understanding of each other's values. Visitors to the school are treated with respect, irrespective of their culture or faith. The school also actively promotes and supports the fundamental British values of democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty and mutual respect and tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs. And these values are also found in our own school values, which we identify as respect, friendship, excellence, determination and courage. The school fosters an awareness of the tenets of all the principal religions represented not only in Great Britain but in the wider world. We try to prepare the pupils to interact easily with people of different faiths and cultures. We help them to gain knowledge and respect for their own and other cultures, including customs, traditions, dress and food. Pupils are encouraged to share their own experiences, which enables the whole school community to have a genuine appreciation for each other.
Our last few questions are about assessment. So firstly, how often do we assess the children?
Well, assessment for learning occurs every day in the classroom, and it informs the teacher's planning for the following day. And there's a mixture of formal and informal assessment throughout the year. We conduct baseline assessments at the start of every school year so that teachers know the starting point for every individual child. Assessments in maths and English occur every half term, while spellings and times tables are tested regularly each week. We use a computer-based program called INCAS, which gives us each child's maths, spelling, reading and developability score at the end of each academic year from year 1 to year 6. This robust assessment structure means we can efficiently and effectively track the progress of each child as they move through the school. Data is analysed on a regular basis, and periodic pupil progress meetings between senior leaders and teaching staff mean that intervention and support or further extension challenges can be applied appropriately. There is an equally substantial programme for the early years.
And lastly, and most importantly, how do parents get to know how their child is doing at school?
We are always honest and open with our parents and value the high standard of communication we have with them. In the early years in particular, there are often opportunities for a quick chat or updates at the end of the school day, although these are usually about more personal daily issues, such as maybe eating their lunch independently or learning to do up their coat or go to the toilet independently, rather than academic progress. But you are invited to 2 formal parents' evenings during the school year and receive 2 written reports about your child's progress to enable us to provide full details about your child's strength and their targets. We also organise more informal drop-in sessions each term for you to visit your child's classroom to discuss their work in their books or on display. You can contact your child's teacher or key worker by email, or you can leave a message at the school office asking the teacher to call you later in the day or to arrange an appointment if you have any concern or issue you would like to discuss. We pride ourselves on our open door policy, so staff, the senior leadership team and myself are always available to answer any queries you may have. Well, Mrs. Potts, that just about brings us to the end of our virtual open morning. May I just finish by saying that choosing the right school for your child is one of the biggest decisions you as parents have to make. So I hope you found your time with us this morning both informative and enjoyable. This virtual open morning event will appear on our website very soon. There are also presentations about the school from members of my senior leadership team. Please do watch them to gain a further insight into the different parts of the school. I would be delighted to meet you all in person to talk about your child, how we can best support them and encourage their individual talents as they progress through Oaklands. Whilst this is unfortunately not possible at the moment due to the current government COVID restrictions, Miss Hotwood, our admissions registrar, will be contacting you in the next few days to see if there's any further she or I can help you with at this stage. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.